It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Thursday, December 1st. It's finally Christmas morning.
This is awful. I've got to find something else. I can't keep doing this.
Well, I love it. I think it's great. Every time he rings that bell, an angel gets its wings.
Sorry. Almost didn't look. Sorry. Okay. There we go. That's not going to be our Christmas sound for the whole thing.
Just today.
It is hilarious.
He will come back tomorrow with the most wondrous sound you've ever heard in your life.
If I got time. I'm headed to West Plains today. We got a wrestling meet today.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who are you wrestling against?
I know there's two teams coming in, so West Plains somebody else. Okay. Let's see. I'll think about it.
Okay.
I don't remember.
That's okay.
But
That happened to me
either way,
too.
we're going.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're definitely wrestling against West Plains.
Yes.
But
yes.
there'll be another, just
Yes,
one or two other. He's going to have to look it up.
I am. Because
it's going to eat at him, because it would eat at me.
Now
who
that it is, because I knew who it was, and now you messed it up for me.
I did no such thing.
Yeah, I'm blaming it on you.
All right. I'll take it. I'll say
Marshfield, I think, is going to be there.
Marshfield.
Yeah. Marshfield.
Yeah.
And then we got a tournament
Where?
Saturday in Marshfield.
In Marshfield.
Yep.
Oh, so you'll play.
But there's a lot of it's a duels tournament, so your team versus team. There's like 8 teams, and
okay. So there'll be other towns.
Yeah.
So you go to West Plains, where you will wrestle West Plains.
And they're usually pretty good up there in Missouri. So yeah, we're expecting to hit a little bit.
Okay. And then
it'll
Mansfield.
be good. Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Marshfield. Yes.
Look at that.
Figure it out.
Within
Come on.
7 seconds.
So it's been a busy week. So
cool.
It's been good.
Excellent.
It's been good. Getting a lot of mat time.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Well, and I thought it was worth mentioning that your son Austin lettered for track.
He did. I was really proud of him for
first year.
Cross country.
Cross country.
His first year doing cross country.
I should have wrote this stuff down.
That's all right. I can't say what I want to say. We're on public TV.
Dang. Oh. Is it, the story you've told?
Yeah, probably.
I just need you not to.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. This is his first year doing cross country. He did make it to go to conference this year. Did really good. He lettered in it. He did a great job.
It's excellent.
He's funny to watch, though, because he's not built. He's built like a wrestler, not like a cross country runner. And he has no understanding of pacing yourself.
Right.
So with Austin, it's either all or nothing.
It's just
give
it.
But he's got a very high pain tolerance, and you can see that when he's crossing that line, that he is fighting through a bunch.
Yeah. He's at the top of that pain tolerance,
exactly.
Right? He can't breathe, but he'll keep going.
So congratulations. We had a number of wrestlers this year that did cross country, and it's
excellent.
Great for getting them into shape. And I don't care what they say, cross country is a mental game.
Yeah.
You're fighting a lot going through that course.
Right. And yeah, it's like you said, you learn to pace yourself.
Yes.
Learn breathing techniques, and you don't have to kick it in high gear right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give them a lot of credit. It is a tough sport.
Yeah, Kirsten had done track, and she'd done the 400-meter relay, and it really helped with breathing technique and soccer. Being out there on the field, running all the time, back and forth, so she wouldn't get winded right away, and that was because of track. Yeah.
See, there you go.
Each thing, like wrestling, would be great for the football players.
Yes.
Because they learn takedown, and that's what it's all about.
They learn balance, coordination.
Takedown. I said takedown.
Agility.
Right.
Austin did learn one thing with cross country. He's not quite understanding why people run for fun.
Yeah. Run for fun?
This is crazy. These people are nuts.
I know, right?
But no, it was a great banquet. Everything went really well. The food was good. It was really nice.
Excellent.
They did a great job.
Very good.
We have some great cross-country coaches.
Yeah.
That do an amazing job with them kids. And they really have the heart for them.
That's good. We have a lot of good coaches here in Mountain Home.
We do.
Yeah, you're one of them.
Well, you said good.
Great.
Great.
We have a lot of great, like you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Yes, Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect, they do morning prayer. We better. And they have 29 in the state, one in Memphis, Tennessee. We sure do appreciate them in our time of need when we lose a loved one. It's one of the hardest things to go through in this life. And it's just a part of it, isn't it? Let's pause now for the morning prayer. Lord, we thank you for coming to earth so you could redeem us. We think of the extent to which you were willing to go in order to save us. It makes us want to shout, to celebrate, and to cry with thankfulness. You love us so much, and we are so grateful for that love. Without you, we would still be lost and in sin. But because of everything you have done for us, today we are free. And our life is blessed. Jesus and our Lord, heaven is our home, and Satan has no right to control us. We will be eternally thankful to you for everything you did to save us. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
It's Jesus' birthday, so I think that's, might look like I was reading it off, because I was. I'm not the best.
Yeah, you were.
I'm not the best at doing a prayer, but you don't have to be. You don't have to be good at it. You just have to, you just do it.
Just do it.
But, I went online and I thought, it's Jesus' birthday for the next month, December. I'm going to go find those that are about Jesus, because he is the reason for the season. Yes.
There you go.
Right? All right. Let's watch a little commercial by Bob and Linda Zadora.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
And we're back.
We're back. Sorry, we were talking.
It happens.
It happens.
You go to these little breaks, and what we're going to do, we're not just going to sit here and be quiet. We're going to talk just like we do on the show, right?
There you go. There you go.
Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z-Team. Don't be left hanging. That's my motto on that one.
Don't be left
Don't
hanging.
be left hanging. Don't be pushed out in a boat and not know how to run it.
I loved it.
I know, right? It's funny. Let's take a look at the White River. Brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. They're in Cotter. They're in Marion County, looking into Baxter County, across from their house is Cotter. Looking into Cotter.
I guess you'd
Goodness,
still
I'm getting all
consider that.
tongue-tied.
You'd still consider that Cotter, though. I think
It is.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think
It's
they
not
got
the
a Cotter
downtown
zip
Cotter
code.
that
Yeah,
you're looking into, but yeah.
right. Yeah, because you just cross the Rainbow Bridge there to the left, and go up the road a little ways, and then turn left, and it loops around up onto the mountain there.
I did get a
cliff,
cool shot this morning. Now, this is a shot from the video, but it was looking at the water first thing this morning.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
That is pretty.
I really like that.
Definitely. And the Christmas lights are going up today.
Today.
Or maybe have been going up, but they'll be lit up today.
Yes.
So he will no doubtedly be changing the camera views. This one here is a beautiful, bird's eye view of the shot. But there's other ones that he showed that zoom in. There it goes, moves around and zooms in and out.
That's the one that will be programmed to go to the lights. And
very cool.
And it'll probably go from there to maybe cover part of the bridge because it's lit up as well. So
yeah. So you have to get a screenshot.
Yes.
Of the Christmas ones to show. That would be really cool. This is on retiredarkansas.net. You can find all these camera views. You can find their listings, the MLS listings, and a plethora of information about the Ozarks. There's so much stuff on there, and it's very user-friendly, easy to look at the smoke.
On the water.
Oh, yeah. You can find a lot of information really easy. They revamped the website a few months ago, and they did a really good job. Give them a call at 870-405-0793. They're realtors you'd recommend to a friend. That is just really cool.
Looks like they had to kind of shore up that far side of the bank there.
I see that.
rock. I never noticed that.
Busted through. Or is it like another? Yeah, it must have gone left and was going through.
Yep. I'll be darned.
Well, I mean,
Water's going to do what it's going to do.
Yeah, it's going to do. And they were generating, 5 or 6. How many's on?
I think there's 6 on one, and I don't know how many on Norfolk.
And 2 on.
I don't know.
2. Okay.
I don't know.
All right, we do the.
Nevertheless, they were generating.
Yeah, they were
much.
generating so many. That's probably when that happened, and they were doing it for like a month straight. And that, like Scooter said, that water's going to do what it wants. You're not stopping it. So beautiful view of Cotter, Arkansas, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, give them a call, 870-405-0793. They are realtors you'd recommend to a friend. Go to retiredtoarkansas.net. Find this beautiful view, especially if it lightning storm at night. I mean, just amazing to watch it across the sky. Now, if it's raining at the time, it might get the camera wet and it'll be hard to see. But if it's not,
see a real hard snowfall and watch it. That'll be pretty cool.
I didn't even think of that. I mean, with the snowfall we've been getting, that's right.
Yeah.
See all the amazing views. Go to retiredtoarkansas.net.
They have everything.
They have everything. All right, we better take a look at the weather. Excuse me. In Mountain Home, Arkansas, it's 26. Harrison, it's 26. Batesville, it's 25. Yellville, it's 24. Marshall, at 25. Salem at 26. Mountain View at 25. Calico Rock at 26. West Plains, Missouri at 26. Springfield at 26. Poplar Bluff at 24. St. Louis, Missouri at 20. It's cold
26
this morning.
is the winter.
Oh, my goodness. And the National Weather Radar shows a lot of activity on the West Coast. Look at that. Streaming through California, up through just the corner of Nevada, the corner of Oregon and Idaho. It looks like they're going to have some very wintry mix.
You're headed up in that area, it could get hairy.
Could get hairy. And the rest of the country actually looks pretty good. You've got some snowfall up in the northeast.
But nobody's going up there.
No, and that no, and I just no, and that big look at that big old swath going across the Atlantic. Let's zoom into Arkansas and Missouri, and it's very, very calm, very clear. It's going to be a pretty day. I think it's going to be a partly cloudy day. Let's check it out. Before we do that, see up here forecast in the Great Lakes. Lake effect snow cranks up for the northern U.S. You can see that low pressure coming in from the north through Canada, and it's compressing, swooping down across the Great Lakes, in which case is going to create a lake effect snow. Man, am I getting good at this. We have
I beg to differ. Go ahead.
Now, where did this come from? We have a storm watch in the northern part of Missouri. We didn't see anything.
Not yet. Maybe there's something coming in.
Okay.
Maybe that swath that's over there.
The swath that's
west
over.
side.
Let's just no, it's gone. Okay. Today, decreasing clouds, high of 47. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 36. Friday, mostly cloudy, high of 59. Friday night, 20% chance of thunderstorms and partly cloudy, low of 36. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 48. Saturday night, mostly cloudy, then a slight chance of rain and snow, low of 31. This was not in the forecast yesterday. Sunday, chance of rain and snow, then a chance of showers, and it's 50-50. Look at it. It's 50-50. So if it snows...
50-50 mix. We're probably right on that temperature line when that comes through, and it can go either way.
Yep, high of 45. Sunday night, 50% chance of showers, low of 37. So if it does do any kind of snow, it's going to be washed away. Monday, 50% chance of showers, high of 54. But you know what? Don't quote me on that, because now it'll probably snow like crazy and no rain. The temp will drop.
You'll be a terrible weatherman.
Just like everybody else. Norfolk Lake water levels at 552.30. Level is 0.30 feet above full pool. They're generating 1. Bull Shoals Lake water levels at 655.04. Level is 3.96 feet above full pool, and they're generating 5. There's a look at your weather.
All right.
Brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Go to their website, retiredtoarkansas.net, where you can find a plethora of information. I just like that word now.
Plethora.
People are going to be like, stop saying it, Dave. They are military relocation specialists. So if you're in the military or retired from the military and you use the military funding sources, give Bob and Linda Zadora a call, 870-405-0793.
They can help you handle all the red tape.
Yes, they can. And they, you know there's a lot of red tape when it comes to the government. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back with some community news.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you?
It's the 12 days of Christmas.
That's how you're gonna lead in, huh?
Yes.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Okay.
Everywhere you go. 12 days of Christmas.
Terrible.
It was pretty bad. Mountain
pretty
Home
bad.
Town Christmas Festival, Friday, December 2nd. That's tomorrow.
It is.
4 p.m. vendors open on East 6th Street. 4:30 p.m. entertainment on Veterans Plaza, and there'll be 3 sets. Music with Tim Tibbs, the St. Peter's Church Young Adult Choir, and the reading of the Birth of Christ. Very good. 5:40 p.m. First Security Bank tree lighting on Veterans Plaza. At 6, we have the parade. Yeah. I'm going to be in
and
it.
that will be broadcasted right here on XL7-TV.
That's right.
So we will be out there, and they'll
That's
have
right.
the cameras going. And
So, if you can't make it, you can still watch it.
yes, we encourage you to come out, though. Support
Definitely.
everybody that's going through, and everybody that's put the time in to build the floats and the different things.
That's right.
And but if you just can't, then pick us up right here on XL7-TV.
That's right. And then they have, let's see, Saturday, December 3rd, the Rotary Pancake Breakfast with Santa at the Mountain Home High School cafeteria. That'll be from 7:30 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. And there's also a Santa visit at Ultimate Ford between 10 and 2.
There you go.
Excellent. He is going to be in 2 places at once.
He can do that.
He can do that.
I can't.
He has help. Christmas in Cotter starts today.
Yes.
December 1st, the Tour of Lights in Cotter. They will be turning them on. Join us on Saturday, December 17th, 5 to 7 p.m. Pictures with Santa and Mrs. Claus. Christmas carols, Polar Express conductor, bonfires with s'mores and hot chocolate, goodies for the kids. They also have
we are really getting big now. I mean, we're a
Big time.
small town, but Santa is spending a lot of time here in Mountain Home, and I like that. Mm-hmm. That's good for everybody.
That's because we've been nice.
Some of us.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true. Some of us have been naughty, but more of us have been nice, and that's why. Who likes a Christmas tree contest?
Ooh,
Right?
really?
Cotter has one. And here, I'll just read it. We will have a Christmas tree decorating contest again this year. Businesses and families will have the opportunity to put up an artificial tree in the park. This contest will be limited to 10 trees. Oh, it's limited. And entry cutoff is November 25th. I
Yep.
guess.
Entry fee is
Yeah.
deadline is over. But
Deadline's over.
When are they doing it?
But, yep, they're going to have it.
So you can go down and look at it. Right.
Trees must be removed by the week of January 3rd.
So you ain't got much time.
You ain't got much time. I guess they're already up. I guess I should have read this one. I mean, it was on this one too. It was on this one too, and it showed nothing about dates or anything. I just
He
thought.
does community calendar a lot like he does the weather.
Okay. 12 days of Christmas.
That one's coming.
December 1st.
That one's still good.
It was still good. That one's still good. Anyway, it looks like probably until tomorrow. No, Saturday.
Gotcha.
Until Saturday, you can go down to Carter Park and see the trees. It does show that they have to be removed by Saturday. So, all right, maybe tomorrow. Tour of Lights, Carter Springs Free Park. That's the all month of December.
You'd think they'd still be up, being they're doing the lighting
Yeah.
of the lights and everything.
Yeah, they're up. So they're definitely up today. They'll be up tomorrow. There's 10 trees out there.
Okay.
Now that I've read the entire thing. My bad, people. My bad. Anyway, so
What else you got?
let's see. Well, I was going to talk about, and I lost my place. You know, we did the kind of the safety about Christmas lights
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
And, well, it's gone.
Well, if it was there yesterday, then it's gone. That was yesterday.
Right?
Should have read it yesterday.
All right, let's see. We've got December 1st, Pottery with Marion. That's ASU Mountain Home Art Room. In this fun, hands-on class, you will make your own pottery creations and decorate them. That sounds pretty cool. $90. Let's see, BC Library, Living Life Full Circle, basic 72-hour emergency kits. Do you worry about what you would do if you had to evacuate during a tornado, flood, fire, or other disaster? A basic 72-hour emergency kit can be a lifesaver as you grab it and go with everything you need to survive for 72 hours. You will learn different options for holding and carrying the supplies, the basic things you should have in your kit, and places to store it. Well, that's pretty cool. They'll have that at the library today from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. Let's see here. St. Peter's Soup Kitchen. You know, we talked to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
They were on this week.
We
and
still have a few cookies left.
We still have a few
Cookie Monster
cookies
got
in.
a bunch of them.
Yeah. So St. Peter's Soup Kitchen, December 1st. That's today, 12:30 to 1:30. They're at 249 Dryer Street, Mountain Home. So if you know of somebody that's hungry, because some people do know some of the homeless, let them know about that and go get a good, nice meal today.
Our
Well,
guest
he's
is
here.
Hey,
Well, good to see
Good
you.
to see you.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Are we on the air?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Most-
Go ahead. Wait, there you go. Now we don't have to listen to David anymore.
Nope. I was trying to do as much community news as possible. Come on in here. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with more with Sheriff John Montgomery.
Notice every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, We hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest, Sheriff John Montgomery, is here to talk about all things Baxter County. And but there is a solemn announcement that I seen yesterday that the Sheriff's Office made that Corporal Tracy Munson, a 17-year veteran deputy, passed away.
Yeah, he had been battling cancer for about a little over a year. And, it's inspirational in the fact that he loved his job so much, that he loved his community, and he kept trying to come to work. He'd undergo treatments and he'd be so sick, and yet he'd still try to come to work. And he loved helping people, and it's just tough.
Yeah.
And for him, his family, and of course the sheriff's family. I mean, yesterday was just kind of a solemn day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you never want to lose a friend or family member or loved one, somebody you work with. It's a part of life, It's none of us can get out alive, but we appreciate his service and wish things would have turned out better.
Solemn thing, kind of side note. So, I mean, he'd been very ill and was progressively getting worse, and so he turned in a notice, and so his official retirement date was today.
Oh, wow.
And so he died yesterday, and that just, I mean, some of us old timers, that kind of hits home.
Definitely.
So, but anyway, that's, we're blessed to have had him all those years. I hired him, a few months after I took office.
Did you really?
And started him out in the jail, did a great job there, moved him into patrol division, and he eventually made corporal. And I mean, he's just done a great job. So we're very thankful to have had him as part of our family, and the community's also been blessed to have had him with his service.
Sure.
A friend of mine was retiring, and first retirement trip. He just retired, went on vacation, ended up passing away on his trip. And it's kind of like, you worked that hard for that long.
Yeah.
You'd hope you'd had a pretty good retirement, but then also think, like you were saying about your deputy, if you love what you do, you're really not working.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of passion for that too.
Yeah, and I heard an interview coming in. They were interviewing Barney Larry at the hospital, who's retiring at the end of this year, and he was commenting on the fact that he looked forward to coming to work every day, and I feel that way too. Well,
sure.
95% of the time. There are a few days, but no. I mean, you're right. When you love what you do, it's really not work.
Yeah.
So.
That's very true. I feel that way about coming to this job. It's not work.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Keep going.
What?
Well, I had three comments come to mind, but I can't say any one of those three.
Hey, on public.
So,
guess I touched a chord on something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we do appreciate Corporal Tracy Munson and his family. We say a prayer for them, And we thank you, and it's a tough situation to be in. I don't know what else to say.
Well, and his daughter and son-in-law both work for us.
Do they?
They're both in law enforcement. So, I mean, it's carrying on the tradition, so to speak. So
that's good. Okay, well, and kind of a personal thing there this morning. I thought this week I've been asking everybody else to kind of give personal background on themselves. And we've done a few shows together, and I thought maybe some of the people don't know who you are and how long you've been in the area, and I just thought maybe if you want to tell a little bit about background about yourself.
Well, I grew up on a small farm east of West Plains, Missouri. I'm one of 6 boys.
Okay.
And except for older twin brothers, we're all 6 years apart. So moved to my family owned an electronic business that some of the old timers that might be watching the show was called Hubert's Home Entertainment Center. Started in West Plains and ended up putting a store here in Mountain Home, and that's how I ended up here in Mountain Home in 1983. I moved here to manage that store, and after I don't know, probably 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it was, a lot of my customers were police officers and deputy sheriffs, and the secretary we had at the time, her husband was a deputy sheriff, and so they decided to have a reserve program hire some reserves at the Mountain Home Police Department, and I was encouraged that I should apply, and I did, and once I got in and started working, I was hooked.
Sure.
And so ended up going to work. In fact, I can even tell you the date. There was 3 of us that was sworn in. My chief deputy is Captain Jeff Lewis, Tim Phillips, who had to take a medical retirement, but the 3 of us were sworn in March 1st, 1988.
Yeah.
And so been in law enforcement with other than a real short stint that I was out before I became sheriff. And again, so whatever that, I don't know what the math is. I'm finishing up year 18 as
a sheriff.
So 30-some years in law enforcement and 18. I'm currently the 2nd longest serving sheriff in Baxter County history. The longest continuous serving. Joe Edmonds actually served two different times, and so he, whenever I finish up this term, we will have both have 22 years in.
Very good.
So,
well, I mean, with voters' permission, if you get voted back in again, how long do you think you'll go?
I would say probably, this is probably be it.
Yeah.
And I say that because it's. I love what I do, but at the same time, you look at the number of years I put in it. It's. I don't know. It's becoming tougher now. While this community is incredibly supportive of law enforcement, it's just that there's so many, what I call, BS lawsuits, and having to deal with so much of the stuff anymore that it's becoming tougher and tougher to be in law enforcement. Frankly, I think my wife's probably had enough.
I understand.
And she's been very supportive. Karen has been right beside me through this, but at the same time, I think, it's time that we get to enjoy, as we said, to get to enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm very, very proud of what we've been able to do with the Sheriff's Office. I think we have moved it forward. We've still got 4 years left to continue to move forward, and we've got several more things we want to try to get accomplished before that's time. And I always say you should never leave it. You should always try to leave your job better than you found it.
Sure. Yeah. I can understand
wherever
that.
you're working, whatever we can all do a small part to leave that place better than we found it, and I think we've done that. And
I think you have too.
And I'm really proud of the folks. We've got a great management team, and I'll tell you, excuse me, one of the things that I think is kind of telling about law enforcement. The Sheriff's Office has been sort of a training ground for other law enforcement agencies for years, long before my time. Okay, at the Sheriff's Office. And it's just a difference in salaries and benefits and some things like that. So whatever it was, I think it was 3 years ago, Terry Johnson, who was a longtime investigator with the Sheriff's Office, retired. I think he'd been there 35 years. And so when we were planning his retirement, we went back and we started researching. And we think he's the first ever in Baxter County history that retired with at least 28 years, because in our retirement system you have to put in 28.
Okay.
So to be the first and the only person that's ever retired with 28 or more years, that's almost shocking. And it's a lot of it's because, again, in the sheriff's office you've got to turn over, the new sheriff comes in, but you've also got when other agencies are paying significantly more.
Sure.
Well, we've been able to address that. And so over the years, we've been able to improve working conditions, and through help from the community and donations, we've been able to remodel the sheriff's office, and the Corp Court has helped us, get our fleet of cars up. And then last year, we were able to get a significant pay increase for our deputies and jailers and staff, and it's made a huge difference. So we currently have several that's got over 28 now.
Yeah.
And we'll
cool.
have more.
Yeah.
So they're staying. And I think they love what they do, and they love working for the sheriff's office. And so.
Well, you had told us about somebody from a southern town, and I don't remember the town, that moved up here because of the quality of life.
Absolutely.
But the pay was half.
Yeah.
And then a friend of his did the exact same thing. And it's not always about the money, although it does help. The area you live is a big determining factor, especially if you have a family, and this is a great place to raise a family. So,
absolutely. And so, and just going back to the community and how much they support. So, 10 years ago, we started the nonprofit foundation called the Baxter County Sheriff's Foundation, and so it was started, and it was sort of an idea that my wife Karen and I came up with, and so we put together a board and had the people ready to go. And I remember one of our board members, Randall Drake, he goes, "Well, we're ready to go. All we need now is money." So
is that it?
And so we kind of chuckled and said, "Well, we'll start looking and see what kind of seed money we can get." So one morning. And it was actually, I don't even remember now why, but I was on my way to Missouri, and I got a phone call from our sheriff's dispatch and said, "There's a man that's desperately trying to get a hold of you, and he has to get a hold of you this morning." And so I called him from my vehicle as I was driving, and he said, "I really need to see you this morning." And I said, "Well, I'm on my way through." And he said, "Well, it's really important." So I turned around and came back and met the man. Well, as it turns out, what he had was a check, and the check was because he was the executor of an estate. The man had died and wanted to leave money to the sheriff's office, and his only request was that whatever this money is used for would be long lasting. Well, of course, the light bulb went off.
Right.
And so that's what we did. And in fact, we found some old photos. We had a big press conference. We had TV stations from Springfield and Little Rock all came up. We had a big announcement and kind of an open house type thing at the sheriff's office, and that's how it was started. So fast forward over the years, and people, I could tell story after story, but one example that was kind of quick. Oh, and by the way, the reason he did that, now this was sort of humbling to us. So his neighbor would take this man to dialysis, but when the weather would get real bad, the neighbor couldn't, so they would call the sheriff's office to come pick him up and take him.
Yeah.
And so so the man, we talked to Brett, and he said, but that's what we do. That's not like nothing special.
Sure.
And he said, no,
but to him,
it was special to them.
Yeah.
And he said the last time that he was picked up, you picked him up.
Wow.
And I said, I did? And so he tells me where he lives. And I said, I do remember, because I had a four-wheel drive. I said, but I don't think I took him home. And he said, no, you didn't, but you made an impression, and that's what he wanted to do. So there's been numerous stories like this, but here's one that I'll share. Will you do okay on time?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll make it work.
Okay.
Yeah,
we'll
make it work.
Here's an example. So one day, a few short years ago, got an appointment. Lady came in, and she brought her, well, I'll call him stockbroker, but investment advisor, whatever.
Yeah.
And so came in and said, look, my husband passed away. I want to do something to help the safety of your officers. She told me where she used to live, and they were kind of near a nightclub. And she said we were always having troubles with drunk people coming over. But he said twice we had to call the sheriff's office because there was a big fight out in our yard. And said both times a deputy came out by themselves and had to handle that situation. And I said, well, man, that's probably true. I mean, that's, and just both of us, my husband and I, were just so worried about the safety and so on. So what can we do? Well, after a little bit of discussion, I said, well, one of the things that we are really in need of is tasers. I said, at that time, we had one taser. So the deputies would figure out who gets it tonight, or today, or whatever the case may be. So before it was over, they wrote a check to the foundation who bought the tasers for every officer we had.
That's awesome.
And then, of course, the foundation gave it back.
Yeah.
And I'll segue all the way because there's a lot of those stories. But here's what just happened. So the Quorum Court was very generous and helped us. And so they gave us 2 patrol deputies, and they gave us a full-time investigator. And we worked with them, and so instead of it happening next year, which is what you would normally do, due to the fact of trying to get folks in the academy, we really needed to hire them before this year was
right.
Okay. Well, that's great, but we're at the end of the budget year. So I really don't have the money to outfit those officers.
Right.
Okay.
You can hire them, but then they can't really start until January 1st.
So we needed uniforms and guns and, equipment and tasers, etc. So the Sheriff's Foundation board met and again voted. They purchased all of the equipment for all 3 of those. And when the word got out in the public, I mean, it was just a matter of a couple days, and all of a sudden the money comes in to help outfit these officers. And so it's a great way. I mean, sometimes we get through PayPal, because if you go through the website, you can donate by PayPal. Some of the donations come in that way. Sometimes, Tuesday they called it Giving Tuesday.
Giving Tuesday,
Somebody walked in the door and said, here, I just want you to know how much we appreciate, and here's $500.
Nice.
Those are the things that this community is so incredible. And and the great part about the foundation, of course, is it gives an avenue for people to get a tax-deductible donation.
Yeah.
But that's what's just happened recently. So things are going well. It may not sound like a big deal, but starting around the first of the year, we'll now have 4 deputies on a shift instead of 3.
That's excellent.
And that may not sound like a lot, but that's huge.
The size of Baxter County, that is very...
both for the citizens and the safety of those deputies.
Yeah. All right, it's 7:42. Let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back with more from Sheriff John Montgomery.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders. as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going? See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest is Sheriff John Montgomery here in Baxter County. And are you ready for the Christmas parade tomorrow?
Well, it's interesting. I've never participated in the Christmas parade.
Oh.
And now, people talk about I walk almost every parade.
Yeah.
And I have went.
I would have swore you were in that one.
No, it may seem corny to some people, but to me, I don't think I need to mix the politics with the meaning of Christmas, and so I've just never participated in the Christmas parade.
Okay.
And so now I have been down before, the tree lighting and been involved in a lot of that stuff. But as far as actually participating in the parade, I just never have. And I've had people say, it doesn't matter. And it probably doesn't, but it's just something personal that I just don't want to mix the politics with that.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I get it.
I would have swore I would have bet money though that you walked in it because I have seen you in the other ones.
The others,
that's why I've seen you in the others.
I've been every parade I've ever participated in, I've walked, and it's just to me, I need to be down on the same level with the people that I serve, and so and it's cool because a lot of the kids will come up and. Over the years, people sent me pictures, where I, fist bumped this kid or high-fived another one or whatever, and to me, that's the fun part of the job.
Yeah, and the community really loves to see that.
So, did I just see a Z-Team commercial just before that?
Yeah.
Was that fun to film?
That was. It actually, I need to make a bloopers reel of everything that happened while we were out there.
I'm still waiting on it.
It was quite comical.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It was fun to do.
Some with ad-libbing and you couldn't use it. It was.
They were just a bunch of characters. I mean, it was about going out and having a good time. I know we had a purpose to film a commercial, but you wouldn't have known it if you were there. They were just having a good time.
Right.
That's where it should be because it's natural.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Very good. Well, I don't suppose are you ready for Christmas? Do you guys celebrate in the usual way, Christmas presents under the tree?
No, it's funny. Karen and I, we just, our son lives overseas, lives in the country of Lithuania, which if you look up, look at your geography, makes Mom a little bit nervous of how close that is to Ukraine.
Sure.
But no, he's there, and so both of our parents are deceased, and we just kind of decide, and we've done this for the last several years, we find something we both we'd like to have, and so we just kind of say that's our gift, and then we usually try to help some other folks in the community, that are less fortunate, and that's just what we've done for the last several years. Of course, we moved to Cotter 10 years ago, and so by the way, if you incredible picture this morning. I did a social media post this morning. Oh my goodness, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I know the word blessed is used way too much, but I can't thank God enough for giving us the opportunity to move and live, because I would never thought that would have happened. And everything happens for a reason, and there's no question.
That's very true. I'm a big believer in that myself. Well, we like to do things a little different every once in a while, so we're gonna take a little vacay and just let the kids shop there on their own for Christmas. You know, we'll have one present under the tree that everybody bought everybody else, but that's kind of neat. Meet family over in Northwest Arkansas and get together. And
I mean, when you talk about gifts, it's about the kids. I mean, and that's all we have a thing in our house, and I didn't start it. It's always been like this, but you can buy downhill. So your parents can buy you something, but you're not allowed to spend the money on them. I got to turn around and spend the money on the kids. So, and it's the same way. I don't want my kids spending the money on me. You know, spend it on each other or whatever. And so it's always been kind of you can only buy downhill. So if I buy my dad something, he's pretty mad. So I'll make him something or do something different, special for him. But yeah, they don't want me spending money uphill.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
I've never heard that before, but I like that.
Buy it downhill.
Yeah,
right. That's a good way of looking at it. I'm been way past the point of getting me presents. I like getting presents for other people. My wife really likes doing it for everybody at work, which is nothing wrong with that.
Well, and of course, you know, at the sheriff's office, this is this time of year where people bring in food for us, and we just can't. Well, other than I gain weight during this time, it's just so appreciated. I mean, the people that come in and they, you know, cookies and lunches and sandwiches and whatever that they bring in for us. The community's just been great, and I say it again, this community supports law enforcement so much, and no matter where, sheriff's office, police departments, you know, whatever. But at the same time, you know, it helps the morale of the officers, and it makes them want to do an even better job. And so, you know, it's good for everybody. And so, going back again, I'm very proud of our staff, and proud of the deputies and the jail staff. I think the jail staff is kind of the unsung heroes in a way, because not a great job in one sense, but it is also the ones that's been there a while will tell you it's rewarding. And so, and fortunately now the pay is up where they can make a decent living.
That's
and,
good.
And I think it's only going to get better.
Yeah, and as it should be. I mean, that's a hard job. That's not an easy job to do. Dealing with a lot of people that will disrespect you at the turn of a hat. You know, I mean, it's not like me running down to Great Escapes trying to sell somebody something. It's totally different being inside of a jail. Yeah, unruly people.
You got to keep in mind, you know, you're talking about the holidays and everything, and a lot of them are going to be working through it. I mean, there's got to be people on the road, and I know things happen during holidays, and you know, they're not able to just go home and spend time with their family. Hey, we're off for Christmas type of thing. You're in one of those jobs where that's not a luxury. I mean, you've got to work through it.
Yeah.
Well, and you're right, and I think, and I do try to help people recognize that you know, law enforcement does work during the holidays. I think it was 12 years ago, Thanksgiving Day. 3 detectives and myself spent the entire day at a murder scene.
Yeah.
And so you're not with your family, you're not having dinner, and then even when you do finally get to go home
after a day like that,
it's, you know,
you're not feeling very festive.
Exactly. So again, you take the people that's out on the street that's again here to protect us and keep us all safe, and then the jail staff that's, you know, trying to keep up, you know, and keep. Not everybody, I would say, is the worst of the worst in there.
No.
Some of them, but at the same time, there are some of those that are in there, and so trying to maintain order, and it's a tough job, and I'm very appreciative of them, and I know this community is as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Do you have one that sticks out in mind that's done something recently? I thought about maybe, not now. I don't want to put you on the spot. Kind of did put you on the spot. But maybe next month when you come in, you spotlight somebody. You know, I thought would be neat. Somebody that's gone above and beyond, or has been great, or got a good story to tell. I don't know.
Oh, well, here's one story. So we had. I mean, we do not run the Holiday Inn. The jail is not the Holiday Inn.
No.
I have an old newsletter stuck up there somewhere where it says, "This ain't the Holiday Inn."
Yeah.
to me, it's jail, and it's not supposed to be pleasant. So we are kind of known, actually, when I say nationwide, I'm not exaggerating, for our cuisine. So we serve oatmeal for breakfast, bologna sandwiches for lunch, and beans and cornbread for dinner, virtually every day. So there was a mother who has been complaining that her son was not being, he didn't like beans and cornbread, and so she actually appeared in front of the judge on his behalf,
really
demanding that you know,
you changed the food,
right, and said he was losing weight and starving to death and all this. Okay, so the judge asked us to weigh him.
Okay,
and so ironically, and I'm actually don't have quite all the answers of why we've been weighing him once a week since he's been there. I don't know that part because that's not normal, but we have been. So in the 33 days he'd been there, he gained 11 pounds.
So it's kind of messed up, Mom's. Argument there.
Or like the girl that begged to be moved to the neighboring county jail because she didn't like our food.
Right.
And she got TV over there.
Yeah. I was going to say it was a really simple solution to the mom's son's problem. And what is that? Don't go to jail. Don't break the law.
Well, back when we were trying to get the jail tax passed, 3 years ago or whatever it was, I don't remember. I actually was getting fuel one morning, and there was a lady that pulled up, rolled her window down, and says, "Hey, if you get this jail tax passed, are you going to improve the food?" And I said, "Well, I don't have any intentions to. I mean, again, we meet nutritional guidelines and calorie content, et cetera, et cetera." And she said, "My son hates your food," and said every time he goes there, he complains. And I said, and I one of those that, you know, you say something and probably shouldn't have been that crude, but I said, "Well, ma'am, it sounds to me like the problem is he either needs to A, stop breaking the law, or B, he probably needs to go to a different county to break it."
Oh, wow. But it's the truth. But, oh my gosh. That needed to be said.
Well, I mean, as many times as my son's been to jail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's your
He just doesn't like yours.
Yeah, he just doesn't like yours.
And I know
maybe that was part of the problem as he was growing up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cast aspersion on the Hey, puppy.
Hi, puppy.
Hey,
We got a guest. We got a guest.
hey, you want to see? You want
Stick your
everybody
head
to
up here
see?
so everybody can see you.
How's it going?
Come here. Stick your head up here. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You'll jump up in your lap if you're not careful.
He's a good dog.
Let me ask you this, because you know we're talking about people that help and bring food and do different things, and if somebody is wanting to do something special, but how many people do you have in the office usually?
Well, if you kind of picked at any one given time, and of course it's going to vary day to day, weekends or whatever, but usually when people call, we'll say around 25.
Okay.
I mean, somewhere around there. And, you know, sometimes it's just a matter of bringing a plate of cookies, or somebody brought peanut brittle the other day.
Oh, there you go.
And so, you know, and even brought some bags so that we could kind of, you know, divide it up, you know, for some folks. And that was really good peanut brittle.
Really
Reminded me of what
brittle.
Mom used to make when I was a kid growing up. But, you know, sometimes they'll bring sandwiches or pizzas or whatever. And while that may not seem like a big deal, it is a big deal to the staff and the deputies and the jailers who it just shows that they're appreciated.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
Definitely.
So one quick thing.
Sure.
We were talking about...
Got about a minute and a half.
Okay. Of course, on our website, you've seen many times, you pull up an inmate roster, it'll tell you how many times they've been there.
Yeah.
Right? And one of the complaints that I've been pounding the drum for years and years and years is repeat offenders.
Yeah.
And how many times? So anymore, they've made it so difficult. You have to work hard to go to prison. I mean, it's not like it used to be. So when you go to prison, you're assigned what's called an ADC number. And what you don't see, but there's a letter at the end of that number that tells how many times they've been there.
Okay.
So if it's a B, it's twice, or C 3 times, etc. Well, then we learned that really wasn't true. That's on new charges. So if you get out on parole and you violate and go back, you don't get a new letter of the alphabet.
No.
So recently, and after working, in fact, after a year of kind of complaining, it finally happened. So if you go to the Department of Corrections website and you pull up an inmate, it will tell you how many times truly they've been to prison.
And you probably don't want to go see that. Right? You probably, it's good to have it, but you probably have some that have been there 17 times.
Well, I don't remember the only one I remember.
We got to wrap it up.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
next
right.
month we'll talk about the guy that ran over the bicyclist.
Well, we hope you have a good Christmas, and it's non-eventful for the sheriff's office. Just nothing but good things. Thanks for watching.
All right.